Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Well, yes, I am back doing CFL, Canadian Football League picks. I did week 1, and then, you know what? Things happened. Got away from me. So I am back for week 12. We got college football starting this week. We got NFL starting in a couple weeks. So continue to do the NASCAR thing, pro wrestling thing, but we're going to go ahead and get back into the football thing as well. So CFL week 12, I'm just going to run down the picks. Haven't been able to do a lot for this week. We'll kind of get back next week with a little bit more stats and everything. So I'm just going to run down the picks real quick, and then this week kind of short and sweet to the point, and then next week we'll kind of expand on stats and whatnot. So first game, tomorrow night, Thursday night, football, we have the Saskatchewan Roughriders 5-4-1 on the season. They're taking on the 5-4 Toronto Argonauts. The Roughriders are 2-2-1 on the road, 3-1-1 versus the East, while Toronto is 4-1 at home, 4-2 versus the West. Week 5, Saskatchewan won 30-23. In this game, Toronto is favored by 1.5. I got the Argonauts winning, covering. I'm taking over on that 49.5. The fact that both of these teams are giving up more than 24 points a game on defense. They're scoring pretty close to the same, 26 a game for Saskatchewan, 28.4 for Toronto. So I got Toronto minus 1.5 and over on the 49.5. Next up, we have the 2-8 Hamilton Tiger Cats going up against the 4-6 Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Tiger Cats are 1-4 on the road, 1-5 versus the West, while the Blue Bombers are 3-2 at home, 1-2 versus the East. In Week 7, Hamilton won 27-24. Winnipeg is favored by 5.5 here since they are at home. I got Winnipeg winning, but I got Hamilton covering the 5.5. I am taking over on the 48.5. If you look at what Hamilton has done on defense, the lack thereof, giving up 33.4 points a game, while the Blue Bombers are only scoring 20.8 points a game. But I think overall we're going to get close to that score from last time, Week 7, 27-24, maybe a niche under. So I'm confident going over on the 48.5. So I got Winnipeg minus 5.5, and I'm with Hamilton covering, and then over on the 48.5. Then we have the 5-5 BC Lions taking on the 6-2-1 Ottawa Red Blacks. The Lions are 2-4 on the road, 1-1 versus the East, while the Red Blacks are 4-0-1 at home and 5-1-1 versus the West. BC is favored by 1. Not quite sure on that one. I kind of looked over some stats real quick on this. I'm like, that was kind of weird to me. So I'm giving the 1 to Ottawa. So I got Ottawa plus 1. I am taking under on the 49.5. And then we have the 3-7 Edmonton Elks taking on the 9-1 Montreal Alouettes. The Elks are 2-3 on the road, 1-5 versus the East, while the Alouettes are 4-1 at home, 5-0 versus the West. Week 2, Montreal won 23-20. Montreal is favored by 7.5. So I am got Montreal winning, Edmonton covering that 7.5, and then taking over on the 50 and taking over on the 50.5 on the points. So Toronto minus 1.5, over on the 49.5. Winnipeg minus 5.5 with Hamilton covering, over on the 48.5. Ottawa, I got them plus 1, under the 49.5, and then Montreal, I have them. So I got Edmonton plus 7.5, Montreal winning, and over on the 50.5 with the overall points there. So that is going to be Week 12. Again, next week we'll get into more stats and whatnot. I may go ahead and ramp back up on the fantasy as well. I know I'm not going to win the league, but hey, I can at least have some fun for the rest of the season. That is CFL Week 12. Stay tuned to our sports show as we get the NCAA Week 0, and then next week we get on into the NFL. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day at Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports show content.